You are welcome.
I do have a second short question, actually, which has
Oh,
to do...
what, about 2 feet tall?
Maybe a bit less, I don't know.
Oh,
like,
all
2.5.
right. 1'6". A short little question.
Yeah, more like it, yeah.
Yes?
It has to do with ego, which I guess everybody has.
Oh, yes, you have to have that to actually exist or function in physical reality. Now, balancing it is the key.
Exactly, this is my question, basically.
Yes.
I've been trying, like, every moment, sometimes something appears to happen, and it
Yes.
starts to bother me, and I
Yes.
have emotions about it, and then I
Yes.
say that it be to myself, and it all
Yes.
clears out, basically, because I'm aware of it, that it's happening. And
yes.
it has to do with the ego trying to, you know,
Yes.
control my emotions.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Enough of that, so...
Oh, all right.
so
All right, again, the steps are generally as follows. Acknowledge the feeling you are having. Never deny it. Never gloss it over. Never push it down. Own it. You cannot change what you do not own. Step 1. Once you have owned it and say, all right, this is what I'm feeling. This is how I'm reacting to this situation. I know I'm reacting in a negative way, but that's what I'm doing. I own it. I acknowledge it. I accept that's the choice I'm making. That's step 2, recognizing it's a choice to react the way you're reacting. Now, what is that choice based on? I'll tell you. Thank you. It's based on your beliefs, your definitions, what in a sense has been fed into you, most likely in childhood, about what you believe is most likely true about yourself in comparison to the situation that's happening around you. So any reaction you have to a situation emotionally is going to be based on what you believe is true about yourself relative to that situation. You follow me?
I do, yeah.
You have to have, here's the important part. Here's the important part. You have to have a definition in order to have an emotional response. If you don't have a definition, you will not have an emotional response. If you have a negative definition, which means a definition that's out of alignment with your true self, you will have a negative emotional experience. If you have a positive definition, which means a definition in alignment with your true self, you will have a positive emotional experience. It really is fundamentally as simple as that. So, if you are having an emotional experience you don't prefer to, acknowledge it, own it, accept it, and then ask yourself the all-important question, what kind of belief would I have to have about myself in this situation in order to have this kind of an emotional reaction? Start exploring what those definitions are, what you've been taught to believe that is true about yourself. It doesn't mean it is true, but you've been taught to believe it's true.
Yeah.
You see? And that's what helps you get in touch with what those definitions are. And once you get in touch with them, and again, we will be going into this more deeply tomorrow with regard to core beliefs, core issues. Once you get in touch with them and define them, once you have identified what the belief is, it is automatically turned off. Identification of the belief diffuses the belief. Then you can replace it with a belief you prefer and have the emotional response from that point forward you prefer to have. But only if you truly get in touch with all the fundamental, foundational core beliefs that support all the other ones. And that's why it's so important to have that discussion, because we understand that beliefs can come in many layers, many colors. And they can, in a sense, seem as if they have been diffused, but there might be underlying fundamental foundational beliefs that still may bring them back. But understand, it's always a choice, always a choice. And I will guarantee you all this. Whatever it is you discover about yourself when you explore the depths of your core beliefs, I guarantee you, absolutely, 100%, without any hesitation whatsoever, I guarantee you that the most core belief you will always wind up with at the end will be that you are unconditionally loved and beautiful. Guaranteed. That will always be the one underlying every other belief. And we will go into more of that tomorrow of your time. All right?
All right. Thanks so much, Bashar.
Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I'm Willa.
Oh, all right.
And on our planet now, there's quite a lot of discussion about global warming.
Yes.
And I wondered...
Is it me or is it global warming?
Well, we have some fears of where that would end. And I wanted, first of all, to find out if this is actually created by humans on the planet, or is it an earth change?
Well, actually, there are both. There are natural cycles of things on your planet, but what humans have done with their technology has accelerated some of those cycles beyond the timing they would have occurred in naturally. You follow me?
Yeah, and that's the other part of my question. When would be we need to turn this around?
Go right ahead. It's your planet.
Right. And I think we need to turn this around because it could be destroying our planet.
Go right ahead.
And
what can you do about that?
At what point is it too late to turn it around? Is there
when you stop doing something about it? That's when it's too late.
Okay, so as long as we're doing something about it.
As long as you're doing something about it, it's not too late.
Okay.
Because remember, every moment is a new reality, a new universe. And when you create the vibration as fully as you can of the universe you prefer to live in, and more people on your planet do the same and harmonize with the same vibration of the kind of reality, the kind of planet they wish to live on, you will solidify and crystallize that reality. As long as you are still capable of doing, as long as you are still capable of acting, as long as you are still capable of giving off the vibration on your planet you prefer to give off, it's never too late. Unless you give up.
Well, there might be some, because of greed, who are not.
They will ultimately wind up on a different earth. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, I like that.
Understand, you will not all wind up on the same earth. When I say you're creating a new reality in total, take me literally.
Okay, I got it.
Even though you may not perceive it that way from your time-space continuum, you are actually on a different earth today with those around you than existed in your reality 10 years ago and 10 seconds ago. Do you understand?
I do.
So, give off the vibration, do the things that are the actions that represent that vibration, and by your actions, you will create the reality.
Thank you.
Thank you. Again, please remember, look at the signs also that you are creating for yourself, the markers along the path. I am not saying that we are the end-all, be-all in that sense, but I can guarantee you that if you were going to destroy yourselves, it is highly likely we would not be spending time talking with you. We know where you're going in our reality. No, thank you. It's your planet. Does that help you? Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
It is such a pleasure to be here. It's such a pleasure to be interacting with you. And I realize that there's a gathering going on in your world or dimension, you may call it. And I realize also that there's a gathering going on in my world or dimension, and there's a lot more than just me that's here right now interacting.
Absolutely.
Isn't that awesome?
It is full of awe.
Yes, it is. It is so great. I've got so many questions, but I couldn't bring a filing cabinet in here. I thought that'd look kind of goofy, so.
Goofy. Oh, all right, we understand.
My question that I will ask right now,
Yes.
is I in one of your tapes you were talking about like the triangles. You used a measurement of 33.3,
Yes.
a vortex, so to speak, and you also use a lot of different shapes and different shapes is what I would say.
Well, yes, they are used in a variety of ways for a variety of different reasons. Yes.
Yep. Okay. I want you to kind of talk about that a little bit because it just seems so simple. I mean, I actually could like just build something 33.33 triangle in any measurement. We're talking, feet, inches, and use it for a vortex to draw in more energy. Because like there's the movie that's out called What the Bleep. The little kid says, "How far down the rabbit hole do you want to go in?"
Yes.
I want to get real deep in it, and I would love to draw in energy.
Believe me, you're deep in it. All of you are deeper than you think.
Yeah.
But yes, to answer your question, the idea is that, again, the vibration that you create in your reality will also determine how advantageous some of these tools will be for you. If you are driven with your imagination to work with those kinds of tools, that's a sign right there that those are the kinds of tools that will probably work best in the vibration you're giving off. So by all means, give over to it. That's what play and imagination are for, to align you with the tools and allow you to create the tools in your imagination that will work best for you in the vibration reality you give off.
Great. So that could be just a big thing behind it is your intention. Your intent
Absolutely.
behind it. So
without expectation. Because many times the expectation is will actually put limitations on the tool when in fact it could deliver more to you than you might have originally envisioned if you will simply be more open-ended about how you explore and experiment with it and let it lead you into a more precise understanding of how to use it specifically in your vibrational reality. That's what learning is all about.
Great. So are you saying, let's say I build a vortex field or something, and I have really good intent, and I have a lot of
What does
imagination.
good intent mean? Define good intent.
What the purposes of it that I want to use it for, meaning that I don't want to like all of a sudden build a house through it, but I
Why not?
My expectation.
Why not?
Because it's an expectation then.
To build a house?
No, to have a house go through a vortex, so to speak, or have something magically appear or something like that.
It doesn't mean it cannot happen, doesn't mean it cannot be real, doesn't have to be an expectation, depends on how you frame it.
Okay.
Nevertheless, the point is the more you are willing to understand why you are attracted to that particular tool, representation or manifestation, the more you will understand what your vibration is all about, and the more you will understand what's actually possible in your reality.
I believe anything's possible, so I could even build let's make up my own tool.
All right. Well, I'll put it then more precisely in your language. You'll understand what's more probable in your reality. Yes, anything is possible, but one thing or another may be more probable in your particular frequency, because it might be more probably a particular expression of your vibration, where for another it might be less probable.
Okay, I think I understand that.
Oh, all right.
One other quick question that you're saying on your tapes about, someone asked a question about feelings in their mouth, mercury and stuff like that. And it kind of really pissed me off.
What?
Because my whole upper mouth is full of old feelings.
Yes.
And it takes a lot of energy away. And you said some things like from 20 to 50%. And that's a lot.
All right.
Is there a way that you could actually tell how much energy is being drawn away or taken away because of what's in my mouth right now?
Again, it will depend upon the individual. It will depend upon their vibration. It's what you call a case-by-case basis. Although, of course, you can have them replaced. Yes?
Yeah. I don't know, they pull them out and I guess put new ones in, yeah.
Well, something that is non-metallic.
Okay.
Now, again, remember, you can all transmute your physical reality in a variety of ways. And many people do. However, most of you have made an agreement to abide by certain physiological rules as you play your collective reality game. And so sometimes the easiest thing to do to transmute something is just take what you might recognize to be the simplest and most pragmatic course, as opposed to attempting to do it spiritually. Do you understand?
Yes.
Sometimes it can actually be the most spiritual thing to do to recognize that you can simply go to a dentist and replace the mercury filling instead of attempting to meditate the vibration of the mercury away.
Or grow new teeth.
Or grow new teeth. Because it's available to you as a course of action. And if it's actually the path of least resistance, then simply taking advantage of people that are there to help you do things simply might actually be the spiritual lesson.
But it'd be so much funner to grow new teeth.
Maybe. It depends on who you are. And it depends on what kind of belief systems you have about the process of growing new teeth.
Okay, would you be able to give me a number of, I've heard you say that in 15, 20, 30% that is drawing my energy from all the fillings that are in my mouth?
One moment. Are you sure you want that number?
Yeah.
Because then you have to work with it in your belief system.
Yep.
I have your permission to give you that.
Yes, you do.
Are you sure?
Yes, because it's challenging and fun.
Oh, all right. One moment. Now, it is not the idea so much of what you would call a drain, but it is the idea of what you might call a redirection.
Okay.
First of all, our reading of you is somewhere between 35 and 37%.
That's a lot.
If you say so.
Very good.
Does that help you?
Yes, it does. Thank you very
Now remember,
much.
that's our perspective at this time. All right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Bashar.
Good day, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Thank you. 2 years ago, I was always following my highest excitement
Yes.
every day.
You are talking in the past tense then.
Yes.
All right.
And then
And then what happened?
one day I started to take it further, my excitement.
All right. And?
So I felt extremely excited,
Yes.
but one
Extremely excited, but?
one of my coworkers, my energy was so high that he felt extremely uncomfortable.
Yes.
So he had to leave the room.
All right. To each his own.
Yeah. And then
Did that take any of your excitement away?
no, well, then he came back. He came back again in the room,
Yes.
and then he left. He couldn't stand to be in the room again.
Came back, left, came back, left.
So
All
then
right.
he came back a third time. And he started feeling really irritated,
Oh, all right.
and then I decided that okay, I guess I should calm myself, a little.
All right. Do you feel that you were expressing your excitement inappropriately?
No, not exactly. No, not at all.
All right. Did your coworker feel that way?
No.
Was he able to vocalize or verbalize why he felt irritated about it to you?
No, not at all. I felt the discomfort from him too. It was like I also felt how he really became uncomfortable.
All right. Many times when people are exposed to high levels of joy, they will feel very threatened because they are nowhere near that level. And in some ways, in their unconscious, what it does is simply shine a light on what they believe to be their flaws. Do you understand?
Yes.
They interpret it, they project upon the other the idea that you are pointing out to them how far they have to go. And that irritates them. You understand?
Yes.
So, that's why we are not saying you should ever curtail your joy, but at the same time it can come with a degree of awareness and compassion for what others around you might be experiencing in that vibration so that you can understand how they may choose to react in it and give them their due. Not that it should curtail you, but that you can understand and allow yourself to be compassionate enough to, shall we say, smooth the vibration out in such a way that you invite the person to learn to participate at that level rather than, in a sense, chasing them away. Now, if they still choose to run away, that's their choice. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does this help?
Yes.
Is there something else you wish to discuss?
Just another question.
Yes?
On 2012, a certain number of people vibrating at a certain level
Yes.
will shift dimensionally.
You're shifting all the time. December 21st, 2012 is a particular demarcation that represents a collective shift of sorts, yes. It also represents the end of the quarantine on your planet with regard to extraterrestrial civilizations. Doesn't mean we'll land the next day, but it means we could if your planet was really ready for it. And it's the end of a cycle of old patterns and the beginning of a new cycle. It's many different convergences of your collective consciousness. It's like the leading edge or shock wave, so to speak, of your collective consciousness crossing a threshold at that moment, even though you are crossing thresholds all the time. In a sense, that is a configuration that represents the synchronous coming together of many different wavelengths, so that many of you are crossing together. Does that help?
Yes. So every time you follow your highest excitement,
Yes.
like say 10 minutes ago, you were in a different reality.
Yes.
So are you crossing parallel realities every
Yes.
time?
All the time, every second, every instant. Right now. 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 All of those are different parallel realities in total.
And say you're suffering, you're having a hard time, then you also, it goes the same way, right? As
Absolutely.
yeah.
You draw yourself into whatever parallel reality is representative of the vibration you most strongly give off. What you put out is what you get back. It's the third law of creation. There are only 4 laws in creation. That's the third one. Number 1 is that you exist. Can't do anything about that. Can't change that. You exist. And in some form you always will. Law number 2. The one is the all are the one. Can't change that. Number 3, what you put out is what you get back. Can't change that. Law number 4, change is the only constant, except for the first 3 laws. That's it. Every reality, every experience, in every dimension, everywhere, every when, is some configuration of those 4 laws. Does that help?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bashar.
Hi, Bashar. It's Annie.
Oh, all right. And to you, good day, Annie.
Thank you. The first thing I wanted to say was thank you, because it was over 20 years ago that I heard you say the magic words, "You are the creator of your own reality."
Yes.
And it changed my life.
Thank you for changing your life.
Absolutely. Thank you. But since you started this evening talking about when there might be open interaction
Yes.
on our planet, I was
Yes.
wondering if you started to touch on it, what would the groundwork look like in our future? Will there be more, an increase of one-to-one contact? Will there be more books? Will there be more channeling?
No, we are talking about the idea of an increase of actual physical contact starting in isolated areas and eventually going more and more public on larger and larger scales eventually. But the groundwork for that, one of the things we have talked about that lays the groundwork for that, is the creation of cohesiveness between all the nations on your planet, or at the very least a majority of them, in creating a global contact protocol. Because if you were to have open contact tomorrow, you wouldn't have a globally coordinated protocol with which to respond to it. So getting everyone, or at least the majority of everyone on your planet, to agree exactly how you would respond to such an open contact is one of the foundational elements. And this is now the reason why there are so many more groups coming up that are discussing the subject of what you call, in your language, exopolitics, which is the politics of extraterrestrial civilizations as they relate to your planet. so that you can begin to lay the foundations in your laws, in your, shall we say, customs, about how you will go about interacting with us. Because we have to take our cue from you. We can't just come in and tell you how it's going to be done. It's your planet. We have to take our cue and respect what you have set up on your planet as the mode of communication, the mode of doing things. This is why we are having these talks now, is so that we can find more and more common ground. And as we find more common ground philosophically, then we will literally find common ground on your planet on which to have the interactions. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Does that help you?
Yes, it does.
Anything else?
It seems to be that there's, at least in my circle, a
Yes.
lot of people who had stopped channeling all of a sudden are feeling the push, shall
Yes.
we say, to open it up again.
Well, yes, these things will go in cycles, because sometimes, even though, again, we leave it up to all of you to determine the cycles and timings mostly, there are times when we understand, based on our collective agreement with your own higher consciousnesses, it is time for us to say something to you. There is something you need to hear in that way. And so they'll feel the urge to, shall we say, download that information. Understand that to us, speaking of the difference between what you might call our technology and your technology, understand that to us, the best receivers are you yourselves. Not the idea of radios or other technological devices. You are already designed to be the perfect senders and the perfect receivers, biologically. And that is why most of the information at this time, regardless of what your scientists would like to have happen, is actually coming through people rather than through radio telescopes and such. Because we have already established a methodology of forming a harmonious vibrational connection through the biological life forms on your planet, and it's just the way we choose to operate for a variety of reasons. First and foremost being that when it comes through a person, no one on your planet has to believe it's true. Thus, we are sharing information without forcing anyone to believe it, which is how we operate. We have a complete hands-off, non-interference perspective. It's up to you to decide to meet us halfway by adopting these concepts that we live by, but we in no way, shape, or form require you to do so, because if we did, then we wouldn't really ultimately be interacting with unique beings. We would only be interacting with beings we had made into the images of ourselves. And what would be the purpose in that? Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
Thank you.